We're learning more about how the gunman carried out his attack. Texas State Police say he purchased 2 AR platform rifles and 375 rounds of ammunition in the week before the shooting for his 18th birthday. Now, one of those weapons was found with the suspect inside the school. Texas Governor Greg Abbott revealed the 18-year-old gunman attended Uvalde High School, about 2 miles from the elementary school where the shooting happened. Authorities say he was living with his grandparents and that he shot his 66-year-old grandmother before heading to the elementary school. She was in critical condition as of Tuesday night. Authorities are trying to locate his grandfather and other family members. Joining us now is Robert Strang. He is a former special agent for the DEA and now the CEO of Investigative Management Group, a unit of Strang Hayes Holding Corporation. Bob, thanks so much for joining us on this difficult day.
I'm sorry I'm here,
under
these circumstances. My heart goes out to those families just watching, and the other children in the school and their families. This is just devastating.
You're the right guy to talk to about this issue, though. Is there anything that we can do as a nation to keep this from happening again?
You know, I've been talking about this for 30 years. We've been doing security audits and assessments for schools, churches, public places, you name it, cities. And there is a basic concept to take a look at New York City and how we try to keep crime out of New York City. We work with the federal agencies, with the FBI, we use CCTV, we have perimeters with cameras. We can do almost that same basic thing when we do a security audit or assessment for a school. We can make sure that we have CCTV, that we have security, security on the front place. Sorry, I'm sorry. Somebody's talking in my ear. But
I'm sorry, Bob. Yeah, go ahead.
That's just. I'm sorry. I got to pull this out.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that security audits and assessments are done all the time, and you integrate the teachers with the police. You communicate back and forth. You talk about mental illness. You talk about kids that are troubled. You monitor social media. All the things that can be done to prevent these kinds of things. We're not doing all those things.
So why not? I mean, you're calling these basic measures.
Right.
Right? Very basic measures that can be done and that can prevent these sort of tragedies from happening. So in your view, in your 30 years of experience, why haven't these measures been put in place?
You know, it's amazing to me. They're pretty simple and straightforward. And, you know, most of our property taxes that we pay across the country go for our school systems. And yet we don't spend the money on security. We don't have the proper training. You can never prevent something 100%, but you can certainly put something in place to help stop this from happening.
We know the suspect legally purchased these weapons on his 18th birthday. What can you tell us about Texas laws, and should more be done in terms of background checks without infringing on people's Second Amendment rights and the vast majority of gun owners who are law-abiding gun owners?
Mola, that's the question, right? Everybody that buys a gun in this country has a criminal search done on them. So they cannot purchase a gun if they have any criminal background. When you're 18, 19, 20, very often, if you do have a criminal background, it's not public record, it's been expunged, and it's not available to us, right? If you have a mental illness as a teenager and you go to buy a weapon anywhere in the country, it's not going to come forward. Your therapist may know, the hospital may know where you were committed, your family may know, your friends may know. But to get a license and to be cleared by the FBI through NCIC, you just don't need a criminal history. So think about that. And look, all the states are different in terms of how they carry. Texas, for example, you can just carry if you're able to buy the gun. New York, it's a little bit more difficult. I mean, even as a former agent or a former police officer in New York City, you have to go through a whole process to get a license to carry. So it is different for every state. But I think clearly not knowing, at 18 or 21 years old, not knowing their background in terms of their mental condition, in terms of their criminal history, every time we look at something like this is the kind of thing that we say. So it is preventable, but we just, you know, your point is well taken. How do we protect individual rights, but at the same time prevent something like this from happening again?
That balance.
Yes.
Right. Robert Strang, thank you for your expertise.
Thank you, Mola.
Thanks, Bob.